How much of the wild still lives in your pet? Think about it. That cuddly dog curled up at your feet. He's got the heart of a wolf beating in his chest. Let's explore the fascinating connection between our beloved pets and their wild ancestors. Let's start with our best buddies. Dogs. Descended from wolves, they share a surprising number of traits. Ever notice how your dog instinctively knows how to read your emotions? That's the wolf pack mentality at work. Wolves rely on complex social cues within their pack, just like your dog relies on you. Thousands of years of domestication have softened the wolf's edges, shaping the loyal, loving companions we know as dogs. Dogs have evolved to depend on us, to crave our companionship and approval in a way wolves never would. This deep-seated need for human connection is a testament to the power of domestication. But don't let those puppy dog eyes fool you. That wild spark is never truly extinguished. Appreciate the wild spirit that still burns bright, even after centuries of domestication. Now let's talk about cats. Those enigmatic creatures who rule our homes and our hearts. Underneath that purring fluff lies the spirit of a lion. Both house cats and their larger, wilder cousins share an innate hunting instinct. Whether it's a laser pointer, a feather toy, or an unfortunate spider, that instinct to stalk, chase, and pounce is deeply ingrained in their DNA. And that territorial behavior? It's not just your cat being finicky. Big cats like lions are fiercely territorial, defending their domain with tooth and claw. Your little house panther might mark their territory with a head boop instead of a roar, but the message is the same. This is my domain. Wild lions live in complex social structures called prides. House cats are often solitary creatures. They are perfectly content to rule their domain, solo, only interacting with their human companions when they deem it necessary, usually when food bowls are running low. This difference in social behavior highlights the impact of domestication. While wild cats rely on their pride for survival, house cats have learned to depend on us for food, shelter, and, yes, even affection. You see it in their agility, their grace, their independent spirit. Appreciate the wild beauty and untamed spirit that make cats such fascinating and enigmatic companions. Feathered friends. The intelligence and beauty of parrots. Now, let's talk about parrots, those vibrant and intelligent creatures who bring a touch of the tropics into our homes. From the majestic macaw to the playful cockatoo, parrots are known for their striking plumage and their uncanny ability to mimic human speech. But there's much more to these feathered friends than meets the eye. Like their wild counterparts, domestic parrots are incredibly intelligent creatures. In the wild, parrots rely on their intelligence to navigate complex social structures, find food, and avoid predators. This intelligence translates well to domestic life, where parrots are known for their problem-solving skills and their ability to learn tricks. Wild parrots use vocalizations to communicate with their flock, warn of danger, and attract mates. Domestic parrots have adapted this incredible skill to mimic human speech, much to our delight. But it's not just about repeating words. Parrots are capable of understanding the context of what they're saying, making them even more fascinating communicators. In the wild, parrots live in flocks, relying on each other for companionship and protection. Similarly, domestic parrots thrive on social interaction, whether it's with their human companions or with other birds. They crave attention, love to play, and can get quite lonely if they're not given enough social stimulation. One of the most significant differences is diet. Wild parrots enjoy a varied diet of fruits, seeds, nuts, and even insects. Domestic parrots, on the other hand, often have a more limited diet, which can lead to health problems if not carefully managed. Wild parrots are accustomed to the vast expanse of the rainforest, where they can fly freely and explore to their heart's content. Domestic parrots, unfortunately, often live in much smaller environments, which can limit their physical and mental stimulation. Despite these differences, it's clear that domestic parrots still retain many of the instincts and behaviors of their wild ancestors. from forest to hutch, the endearing nature of rabbits. Now, let's hop over to the world of rabbits. These adorable creatures, with their twitching noses and impressive jumping skills, might seem a far cry from their wild counterparts, but the connection is undeniable. Both domestic rabbits and wild hares are built for speed and agility. In the wild, hares use their powerful hind legs to outrun predators, reaching speeds of up to 45 miles per hour. Domestic rabbits might not need to outrun foxes in our backyards, but that instinct for speed and agility is still there, waiting to be unleashed during a good old-fashioned binky session. A hare's long ears aren't just for show, they're essential for detecting predators. Those impressive ears can swivel independently, picking up the faintest sounds and giving the hare a vital early warning system. Domestic rabbits might not face the same threats as their wild cousins, but their ears are still incredibly sensitive, picking up on sounds that we humans can't even hear. Domestication has, in many ways, softened the rabbit's wild edges. While wild hares are solitary creatures, only coming together to mate, domestic rabbits can form strong bonds with each other and with their human companions. They crave attention, love to play, and thrive on social interaction. You see it in their speed, their agility, their constant awareness of their surroundings. Pocket-sized survivalists, the Wonders of Hamsters. Finally, let's delve into the fascinating world of hamsters. These tiny creatures, with their boundless energy and adorable cheek pouches, might seem like simple pets, but there's more to them than meets the eye. Beneath their fluffy exteriors lies a surprising connection to their wild relatives, gerbils, voles, and other small rodents who brave the elements and outsmart predators in the wild. One of the most striking similarities between domestic hamsters and their wild cousins is their burrowing behavior. In the wild, these small rodents create elaborate underground burrows to escape predators, raise their young, and store food. Domestic hamsters might not face the same threats in our homes, but that instinct to burrow is deeply ingrained in their DNA. Give a hamster a deep layer of bedding, and they'll instinctively start digging, creating tunnels and chambers that mimic the burrows of their wild ancestors. Wild rodents use their cheek pouches to hoard food, carrying large quantities back to their burrows to store for leaner times. Domestic hamsters have inherited this instinct, and they'll happily stuff their cheeks to the brim with treats, seeds, and even bedding material. It's a sight that never fails to bring a smile to our faces, but it's also a reminder of their resourcefulness and their instinct to prepare for any eventuality. Wild rodents are exposed to a wide range of temperatures, weather conditions, and predators. Domestic hamsters, on the other hand, live in a much more controlled environment, with consistent temperatures, readily available food, and protection from predators. Wild rodents have a strong fear response, which helps them avoid predators. Domestic hamsters, while still capable of experiencing fear, have a less intense fear response, as they haven't needed to be as wary in their domesticated environment. From the playful pounds of a cat to the soulful gaze of a dog, from the mimicry of a parrot to the burrowing of a hamster, the wild lives on in our pets. These instincts might be softened by domestication, but they're never truly extinguished. What wild traits do you see in your pet? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time.